Okay.
I'm really sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super.
Okay. Right. So this is clear, right, so far?
Yeah, yeah, I understood. But what is the purpose of just for debugging or so how to set
Yeah.
that checkpoint? Can you repeat once again?
You need
Just
to
control
simply
Z.
select the link and
Yeah.
click this toggle breakpoint. Then it will add a breakpoint. If you select it again, it will remove the breakpoint.
And how do I, let's say if I am runtime parameters are there, how do I check like what are the values I'm passing into that parameters?
So once you select this go right, it will ask for the parameters only. Okay, now let's run this to completion. Okay, so now once you select the debug and click go, now here you can pass any runtime variables if required. Okay, so usually if there are any job parameters which are defined here, that's when it will ask for runtime values. So while debugging also you can pass the runtime values.
Okay, okay, fine. Yep.
Okay, so once you click here OK, that's when it starts browsing. I mean
Okay,
it will start debugging.
okay, okay, fine. Yep,
Okay, and it will show the status at each point.
yep.
Okay, so now currently it is at row 1. So you have two options, either you can step to next link or you can step to next row. Okay, so if you select step to next row, the row count has increased now to 2. Okay, and it is showing the next record, which is DF 30,000 2008.
Okay, and one more thing I need to ask, like let's say if I save the jobs and
Mhm.
by mistake I try means I forgot to remove the breakpoint checkpoints which I have added. What is that debug
Checkpoints,
or huh?
checkpoint will not get saved in the job.
Okay, then that's fine. So while promotion I don't have to take care, correct? Like
No,
I
no.
can add and yeah. If you go to
Yeah.
debug, can you go to debug or right click on the link?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the breakpoint I mean to say. So the breakpoint if I added and like I forgot to remove those breakpoints, and if we are promoting the code to development to test, will my breakpoints also get
No, the
promoted with
breakpoints.
that or yep.
No, breakpoints will not get promoted.
Okay, fine then. That's fine. Yep.
Okay. So
Super sir.
then,
Yeah.
okay. So like this we can proceed. So now it has read 3 rows. Okay. So far we didn't have any output coming from aggregator. Okay.
Okay.
So aggregator is still trying to group the data. Okay. Now let's go to the next step. Okay. Now it got the 4th row. Now aggregator has come to know that that particular group 2008 has ended. Okay, so now we have output from the aggregator also. Okay, so this is the output from aggregator and it is showing for 2008 year the amount is 60,000. Okay, which is nothing but the sum 20, 30, 10, 60,000. Okay,
Okay.
now it is currently in 4th row,
Yeah.
right? ABC 25,009. So now it understood that this group has ended here, and that's when it moved to the it provided an output here. Okay, now similarly next it starts reading 2009 until 2009 ends. It will not return output from the aggregator, so it will have the same output.
Okay.
Okay, now 2011 has come.
Yep.
No. 2009 is only being read. The input record is showing 2011, which is nothing but the last record. Okay, but the sort stage still has a fifth row only, which is PQR 18,000 2000. Okay, now if you select
I
go,
Hello. What is this? Sai.
yeah,
Just tell me what are the options available. I got the concept.
okay,
What is this watch name and watch data below?
so you can add watches, like watch is nothing but you can select a column which you want to debug. Okay, now if
Okay,
there are,
yeah, that is what I wanted to do. Like it was my
yeah,
next question. So
if there are 200 columns, you cannot monitor everything, right? So you can
super,
set
super.
the watch.
Yeah, because generally, so how do we include that here?
So just select a column and say add watch. So whenever
Oh,
the data for that particular column changes, it will show you.
okay, great.
Okay. Now if we do go again, so it changed here. So you can just look at this column. Instead of watching everything here, you can see it here. Okay, and if you want to remove it, you can select the watch and then you can say remove watch.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so as soon as the job starts, the first thing you can do is add the watches, or add the column which you want to watch, and then you can proceed with the debug option.
Super. Can you go to debug options again in the yep? Then we have go is place, step to next, step to row, stop job, edit breakpoints. What is that? Edit breakpoints means?
So by default we have set some breakpoint, right? So we have set one at the sorted after sort and one at the output.
Yep.
Okay, so if you want to clear any breakpoint, you can select here.
Okay, fine.
Okay, and
Super.
if you want to break after n rows, now by default it stops after every one row. If you want to increase this, say after every 2 rows you want to stop, then you can give that here.
So every 2 records it will do the like it will show the
Stops.
result, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So just do okay, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Now
go
it is
to debug place.
currently, yeah.
Then toggle breakpoint is nothing but
Toggle breakpoint is nothing but removing the breakpoint. So if there is a breakpoint already, it will remove, or if there is no breakpoint, it will add a breakpoint. Okay. And the next
okay,
one is to
clear all
clear all
breakpoints.
breakpoints.
Fine. View job log.
Okay,
What is
that is
that?
nothing but this one. Whatever is there in the director is nothing but the job log. Okay. So this you can select, automatically it will open the director only. Okay. And the last one is debug window, which is nothing but this window.
Super, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So these are the debugging options which are available. Okay.
And yeah. And what is the last option?
Which one? This debug
Debug.
window.
Yeah.
Debug window is nothing but this one.
Okay.
Whatever window is currently
Okay.
visible, that is the debug window.
But by default it will come, correct? If once we add the breakpoints.
Yeah. No. Once you add the breakpoints and select go, it will ask you to run the job. Okay.
Okay.
That's when it will appear.
Okay, fine. Got
By
it. Yeah.
default, if you have closed in between, debugging and you want to get that window back, then you can come here and select debug window.
Yeah, got it, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Next. Yep.
So view log is showing just the log.
Okay,
Okay.
got it, sir. Yeah.
So this is the debugging option in server jobs.
Superb, sir. Thank you.
No, not. Then the last stage which we are left with is transformer.
I can't see any debug options in my. Oh, it is there. Sorry.
Yeah, it will be there only in server jobs.
No, actually, what happened? Like I opened the. I haven't clicked on any jobs, and the quality stage designer was open, and I just clicked on the any jobs, then that option came. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So let's move on to transformer.
Yep. So are we using any server come jobs like transformer or
Sorry.
means I don't know, like day-to-day life, are you using any server jobs?
No, not so frequently. Once in a while.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So now let's see the various functions. Okay. So usually transformer in server job can be used for lookup, right? So that example we have seen earlier, where we have used this transformer as a lookup stage. Okay. So apart from lookup, we can also do transformations, right? So when we select any when you select open the transformer stage, by default you can see this mapping where you have stage variables. Concept of stage variables is similar to what we have seen in the parallel transformer.
Yeah.
Okay. So stage variables are executed first, and the order of the stage variables is important. Okay. So any stage variable can be used again in the derivations for the output columns. So
Yeah.
usually if the derivation is used multiple times in the output link, that's when we go for a stage variable. Okay. Or you want to write some complex logic to determine a constraint which has to be set here so that the row will not be passed on to the next stage. That's when again we go for a stage variable. Okay. So to define the stage variables, either you can select here and say insert new stage variable, or you can go to the properties and select variables. So here you can define all the list of stage variables. Okay. And then so once you select any option, one column, you can see this browse button. So once you select, you see the list of functions or the supported functions in the basic transformer. Okay. So all the things till here are same. DS macro in the sense you will get all the host name, job controller, okay, all the job related information which are nothing but constants. Okay. So in parallel job we'll get only till wave number, but whereas in this we'll get also the last error or the link name, link row count, everything in the macros itself. Using macros only we can use all these variables. Okay. Whereas in parallel job, if you want to get the link row count, we need to have a server routine created. Okay. But in server job, you can simply call the macro and use it. Okay. So these are different functions which are there. Apart from this, you have DS stage in row number. So this is one function which can be used to determine what is the incoming row number. Okay. Now if you remember all these things we have seen while debugging, right? So it maintains this information in the background. Yeah. The in row number, last error, stage name, stage type, stage where list. Okay. All these are nothing but the stage information which is maintained even during debugging also. Okay. So these are macros. And then you have some DS functions. Okay. So these are some of the DS functions. So these are something which we have seen in the advanced guide, where I showed you some list of advanced functions which can be used for retrieving background information, right? For example, get job info. Okay, it will return job information like what is the status or what is the link row count. Apart from that, the start timestamps, end timestamps of jobs, everything we can get using get job info. Okay, so these are something which are available in the advanced guide which I have given you. Okay, if we have to use it.
Welcome to GoToMeeting, online meetings made easy. There are 2 other callers on the call.
Why do we require routine name?
Hello?
Sorry, why do we require routine in
Hello?
parallel jobs?
Hello?
Hello, why do we require routine in server parallel jobs?
Your voice was breaking.
Welcome to GoToMeeting, online meetings made easy. There are 2 other callers on the call.
In server jobs only. Okay. So if you have to use them in the parallel job, then we have to create a server routine. That's when we'll be able to call these functions. Okay. By default, they are not available in parallel job.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Basically, this information can be retrieved if that particular job runs in a sequential manner. Okay. So that requires a server type of routine using which we'll be able to retrieve this kind of job information or link information. Param info will give all the parameters which are passed for execution of job. Okay, the project info or stage info. Okay. So by default these are available in server job, but if you have to use in parallel job, we need to have a server routine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. And then we have some DS constants. Okay. All these are values. Okay. So, so in data stage, any data type or anything in the background is stored as a number. Okay. So if you want to find whether incoming record is suppose a date data type or an encrypted data type, something like this, then you can set this, equate this to constants. Okay. All this in the background have some value. Okay. Then we have DS routine. So in the basic transformer we can call only server routines, right? So it will only show the list of folders which have some server routines inside. Okay. If there are no routines, then it will not show these folders at all. Okay. So once you see the definition, right, it will also show what is the routine name and what are the parameters which are required or arguments which are required to be passed. Okay. So once you select the routine, it will by default ask for these variables which have to be passed from the stage. Okay. So those are routines. And then we have some DS transforms. Okay. So by default we have some built-in transforms. Okay. So built-in transforms are nothing but some extra functions which can be written. So either we can have a user-defined transforms, or we can also use built-in routines, built-in transforms. Okay. So for example, if you take string, so capitals in the sense it will simply capitalize. Okay. Similarly, it will check if there are any digits. Yeah. So like this we can write any transforms. Basically, if you are writing any transform, we have one function which is very important. So we'll see that function next. It is called iconv or oconv. Okay. So those two functions are basically used in all these conversions. Okay. So converting from one data type to another data type, or retrieving a particular information from date or timestamp. Okay. So all these transforms can be written using those functions. Okay. So by default, all these transforms are available in a folder called transforms, right? So here you can see this transforms. So in the built-in transforms, if you select any transformation, in the background it will be a code. Okay, it will be a single line of code, either using an iconv or an oconv function. Okay, or it can be any other function like this convert month. Okay, so usually this transforms, built-in transforms will also give a description like what it will return. Okay, so whenever there is any need of conversion, then you can try this transforms.
Okay.
Okay, this option is available only for server jobs.
Okay. Otherwise, we have to write a routine for parallel jobs.
Yeah, for parallel jobs we can write parallel routine for any complex transformation. Otherwise, we can do with the conversion functions which are provided by the transformer itself. Okay, here since so here if you see, right, when we go to the next functions, okay, the next one is job parameter. So if any job parameter is defined, we can use that. And then the input columns, which are nothing but the list of input columns. Okay, and then we have link variables. So what are the outputs? Okay, so from here, right, we can also retrieve any rejected record. Okay, or if it is any error record, we can also get the error information or rejected code or what is the skill state and all that. Okay, so these are some additional options which are available only for the server transformer. Okay, so it will give the rejected row also.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, and then we can also see constants, right? So these are the some of the constants which can be mapped to any error. Okay, all these are some error conditions which are nothing but some constant values in the background. So if you want to equate any condition to this bad constants, you can select this constants. Okay, and then we have system variable. Okay, so again here these are some values. Okay, so I think you are aware of in row number and out row number. Okay, so it will provide some the incoming row number and outgoing row number. At the rate date will give the current date. Okay, at the rate day will give the current day, right? And similarly we can get other time information and all the functions. Who is the user, what is the user number, what is the current year, and all the additional information. Okay, so these are some system variables, and then we have some functions, right? So in the conversions we have different types of functions. First one is to check whether it is an ASCII type of record. Okay, we can convert data into ASCII format. Similarly, second one, we can convert data from any data type into char. Okay, by using checksum CRC32 DTX. Okay, so here we can add some checksum or redundancy codes just to validate the data at the other end. Okay, so the main important functions are iconv and oconv. Okay, so most of the time in server jobs you will see these two functions being used. Okay, so usually this iconv is nothing but a function which will convert any string into internal storage format. Okay, so using iconv we can do many conversions, right? We can do ASCII conversions. Okay, the number can be converted into some internal value. Any data, text data can be converted into internal value, right? And similarly date conversions. Okay, group conversions or length, masked character, right? So this will transform the data based on the mask characters which we give, right? So there are n number of things which can be achieved using iconv. So usually, this guide or the PDF, I will share it with you. So this will form the basis for using them.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, this is hard to remember actually. All these are hard to remember. So whenever there is any requirement which we have to do in server jobs, then we can simply refer to this, and most of the times you will find it in the examples itself. Okay, so there are multiple functions which can be done using iconv.
Yep. No props.
Okay. Now once we converted into the internal format, we need to convert again the internal storage format into output format, right? So that's when we go for oconv function. Okay, so conv earlier whatever we gave, now it got converted into output format.
But why do we require that? Means is it faster? Like
In some cases it is required, like sometimes you will get Julian type of data, right? If the date is coming as Julian, then you can use oconv to convert data from Julian format to date format.
okay, got it. Yeah.
Or if you are getting date and if you want to convert into Julian date format, then you can use iconv.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so like this you will see requirements when, and most of the times you will see only iconv or oconv being used. Okay, so again all the examples are there here, so I'll provide you this file and you can just refer whenever any requirement is there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and then we have some date time functions. So date will give the current date, time will give the current time. Time and date is nothing but timestamp. Okay, and the logical functions is not, so you can write any condition saying some condition and not if you give, so it will negate the data.
Yeah.
Okay, mathematical functions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Null handling, so here we have only is null check, so we can check only if the incoming value is null or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
But if you want to set any value, null to value or null to 0, we can use the transform. Okay, so here we have null to empty or null to 0. Now the same transforms, if you remember, are present as functions in the parallel job.
Yeah.
Okay? So here we don't have that function, so that's why we have to come here and use this.
Okay.
Okay, and then in the functions we have number functions. Usually whether to convert any number into integer. Now if you have a string, you can convert that string into integer or real. Not sure about fix. Okay, and then in the string you have different functions to check if it is an alpha, concatenate, change, compare, convert, count. Okay, so all these are similar to what we saw in parallel job. Only the additional functions are substring. Okay, so the substring option is not there in substring function is not there in parallel job, but in server job we have substring. Okay, and again we have e-replace. Okay, so e-replace is used for replacing multiple characters, whereas convert is used to replace only one character. Okay, these are some of the options, and then we have the status of system. Okay, so these are some of the functions. So if you need any examples, right, you can find this in the PDF, right,
Yeah.
for all these functions. Okay, so we have completed the processing stages for server job.
Yeah.
Should we continue tomorrow?
Yeah, that's fine. It's up to you if you're tired. Yeah.
Yeah, it's already 12:30.
No problem. Yeah.
Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll start off with real-time stages, then we can continue.
Yeah, no problem, Sai. Thanks a lot. Can you send me that sheet and the last 2-3 sessions? Like
Sheet in the sense?
like the notepad which you prepared.
Yeah, not bad.
And the attachment also, like
Yeah, I'll send the
will I be getting that on IBM site? Otherwise then I don't require like
uh,
but just send me
usually
like,
Yeah, usually these examples will be present in the documentation, but I think the older new versions do not have all these examples. So this is
Yeah.
one of the oldest version. Okay, I'll send this PDF.
Yeah. And can I also send Vijay that what is it, like to send the recorded session?
Yeah, I'll
Or
mail
did
you.
you email him, or I need to follow? I can do that. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I think just or else if he calls me tomorrow, I will talk to him.
Okay, fine, sir. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
No
thanks.
props. Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, bye.
For your